There is a sacred moment between sleep and day that can determine how you will live the next 20 years. Science now confirms what ancient sages intuited. The first 5 minutes upon waking hold transformative power. Researchers from Harvard and Johns Hopkins have discovered that this brief morning ritual can add decades of healthy life, a true gift for those who know how to receive it. Just as David prepared his mind and spirit before facing Goliath, we too can prepare each morning for the challenges and blessings the day will bring. There is a divine harmony in how our bodies were designed to respond to simple acts of care. When we open our eyes, we have a unique chance to rehydrate the temple entrusted to us. Modern science reveals that drinking lemon water upon waking isn't just a healthy habit, it's an act of wisdom that honors the gift of life. Just as the Israelites gathered fresh manna each morning in the desert, we too must nourish our bodies with the best at the start of the day. Studies show that morning protein preserves our muscles, just as faith preserves our hope. Both are essential for moving forward with strength. And gentle exercises? They are like the steps of obedience that kept God's people healthy during their journey, small acts that bring great rewards. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how to transform these first moments into a true offering of gratitude for the new day. These are not empty promises, but scientific principles that echo eternal truths. Just as Jesus withdrew to pray at dawn, we too can begin our day by connecting body, mind, and spirit. Let's explore together these 5 simple steps that can renew your years like the eagle renewing its strength. Just as a seed needs pure water to break through the earth and grow strong, your body craves hydration upon waking. Research from the Longevity Institute shows that after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your blood thickens like old oil in a lamp. When you drink half a liter of room temperature water with a quarter of a squeezed lemon before even getting out of bed, you're doing much more than quenching thirst. You're following a divine principle of life preservation, where simplicity reveals its brilliance. Cardiologists at the Mayo Clinic have confirmed that this simple act reduces morning cardiac effort by 31%. The lemon provides the electrolytes your heart needs to pump smoothly. And when your blood vessels dilate with water at the right temperature, it's like the rivers in the desert described by Isaiah, bringing nourishment where there was once aridity. When you wake after a night's sleep, your body is in a delicate state doctors call morning circulatory storm. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University spent decades studying why stroke and heart risks spike in the first hours after waking. The answer lies in how our blood, after hours at rest, must be gently guided back to normal flow, like a river that, after drought, cannot handle a sudden flood without damaging its banks. Here enters the ancient wisdom echoed in Proverbs. There is a time for everything. In the first 60 seconds after rising, your body asks for a gradual reset. Physiologists developed a simple yet transformative sequence. Begin by raising your arms overhead for 5 seconds. Then, gently rotate your shoulders. 5 forward, 5 backward. Finally, rise onto your toes 10 times, activating the calf muscle pump that angiologists call your second heart. The result? A study of 1,200 participants over 65 showed this morning routine reduced dizziness episodes by 47% and blood pressure spikes by 39%. Your circulatory system is like the irrigation channels of a garden. When awakened with care, it nourishes the whole organism. And just as farmers knew preparing the soil at sunrise yielded the best fruits, your body responds best when these actions are done in the first conscious moments. The beauty of this method lies in its profound simplicity. It requires no equipment, costs nothing, and takes less time than brewing a cup of coffee. But its effects accumulate day after day, like small seeds of care that sprout into years of preserved health. When you dedicate this sacred minute to your body upon waking, you honor the universal principle that great transformations begin with small, consistent acts, a truth that bridges modern labs and humanity's oldest texts. Just as a wise builder prepares materials before raising walls, your body needs quality raw materials to rebuild what the night has worn down. Groundbreaking research from the National Institute on Aging reveals our bodies undergo accelerated muscle loss between 3 and 8 a.m., a true race against time most don't realize. Scientists found that consuming 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within the first 30 minutes of waking can reduce this muscle degradation by an impressive 64% in people over 65. What does this mean in practice? Your body is like an ancient temple requiring daily maintenance. While you slept, natural renewal processes depleted your reserves. Now, upon waking, you must replenish these biological building blocks with the same wisdom as the master builders who worked on the Temple of Jerusalem, using the right materials at the right time. A University of Arkansas study showed seniors following this protocol gain an average of 1.5 kilograms of muscle mass in 3 months, equivalent to rejuvenating their muscles by 7 years. The best sources? Eggs, especially whites combined with 1 yolk, are like morning's biological gold, releasing amino acids gradually and completely. For plant-based options, pea and rice protein combined offer nearly as complete a profile as animal sources. And Greek yogurt, a food that has traversed millennia from biblical times to modern tables, remains one of the most practical and effective ways to begin this bodily reconstruction. Timing is crucial. Just as ancient workers began construction at sunrise when light was ideal, your body absorbs and utilizes these nutrients with maximum efficiency in the morning's first hours. Endocrinologists explain the morning anabolic window is when your muscles are most receptive, like soil ready to receive the day's first seeds. Ignoring this period is like trying to build a house starting with the roof, possible, but infinitely harder and less effective. Imagine your joints as the ancient gates of a walled city. Without proper maintenance, they creak, stick, and lose their protective function. Science reveals our joints are especially vulnerable in the morning's first hours. During sleep, synovial fluid, that miracle oil keeping movements smooth, becomes thick and sticky like honey in cold weather. Mayo Clinic research demonstrates performing specific morning movements can reduce joint wear by 58% over years, while decreasing morning pain episodes by 71%. This 90-second routine resembles ancient blacksmiths carefully preparing tools before work. Sit bedside and begin with gentle ankle rotations, 10 times each direction, like loosening an aged gate's hinges. Next, make knee circles, polishing your body's internal gears. Rise with support if needed, then side bend. Complete with torso and shoulder rotations, movements ancient carpenters used to prepare for the workday. What happens in your body during this sequence is extraordinary. Rheumatologists explain these movements warm and distribute synovial fluid, transforming it from thick substance to efficient lubricant. A German study tracking 500 participants, 60 to 80 years for 18 months, found practitioners not only reported less pain, but showed mobility test results equivalent to people 10 years younger. The method's beauty lies in profound simplicity. It requires no expensive equipment or special skills, just awareness that your body deserves this daily care, like a gardener tending tools. When you dedicate these sacred 90 seconds upon waking, you're investing in precious freedom of movement to keep doing what you love in coming years. Just as a gardener tends plants at sunrise, our minds need special morning attention to fully flourish. Stanford neuroscientists found the human brain has a unique neuroplasticity window 30 to 60 minutes after waking, when we're especially able to strengthen neural connections. A 5-year study of 1,200 seniors revealed those practicing a specific morning cognitive exercise showed memory and reasoning equivalent to people 15 to 20 years younger. This 60-second mental ritual is simple yet profound. Reverse, recall, close your eyes, and mentally reconstruct yesterday backward, from bedtime to waking. First, remember evening activities, then dinner's flavors, conversations, progressing backward through the day. Brain Longevity Center researchers explain this activates normally dormant brain areas, like watering neglected garden sections. Measurable benefits include 27% increased BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, production, 41% reduced accelerated cognitive decline risk, 33% improved episodic memory in standardized tests. The practice echoes the biblical principle of remembering God's works with neuroscientific backing. Like scribes meticulously recording events, you'll train your brain to maintain sharper, more accessible records. 70 volunteers, 65 to 80 years old, practicing this for 6 months, showed significant improvement in verbal fluency and working memory, essential skills for senior independence. Like 5 fingers forming a strong hand, these morning rituals create synergistic longevity potential. National Institute on Aging researchers found combined practice creates a multiplier effect. Total benefits are 83% greater than individual parts. It's a biological orchestra where each element, hydration, circulation, nutrition, mobility, cognition, plays its essential part in vitality's symphony. Here's how the magic works. Lemon water prepares the ground like a luthier tuning instruments. The circulation reset sends this vitalized fluid through all systems like a hanging garden's irrigation channels. Morning protein provides rebuilding bricks, while joint movements lubricate mobility's gears. Finally, cognitive exercise lights up every level of this bodily temple, illuminating paths that would remain dark. A longitudinal study with 2,500 participants over 65 years old showed impressive results. Those who adopted 1 to 2 rituals, 23% fewer hospitalizations in 5 years. Those who adopted 3 to 4 rituals, 41% less functional decline. Those who practiced all 5 rituals, 67% greater likelihood of maintaining independence at 85+ years. The wisdom behind this holistic approach echoes the ancient principle of caring for the body as an integrated whole. Just as traditional medical systems always considered the balance between elements, modern science now proves that true longevity emerges from harmony between interdependent systems. Your heart pumps better when your arteries are flexible, hydration. Your brain functions better when oxygenated, circulation. Your muscles preserve themselves when nourished, protein. Your joints last longer when mobilized, and your mind maintains agility when challenged. Just as seasons gently transform the landscape, these morning rituals produce a cellular metamorphosis that reveals itself week after week. Harvard University researchers mapped the precise timeline of these changes, showing how your body responds to this daily investment. In the first 72 hours, your blood already flows with 18% less resistance, like a river finding its natural bed after being unblocked. Your muscles begin the process of metabolic memory, preparing to better utilize nutrients. A study with biological markers showed that gene expression related to aging begins to modify even at this early stage. Between days 7 and 21, what scientists call mitochondrial awakening occurs. Your energy cells, the mitochondria, increase their efficiency by 37%, like small power plants discovering a new fuel source. This is when most people report, "I'm waking up more energized," or "My morning pains have decreased." Your brain begins producing BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, more consistently, creating fertile ground for new neural connections. Upon completing 90 days, your body has already undergone profound structural changes. Your arteries show 22% more elasticity, measured by ultrasound. Your inflammatory markers drop to levels typical of people 15 years younger. Your muscles regain density equivalent to 3 years of rejuvenation. Your cognitive performance improves by 41% in working memory tests. The 1-year milestone reveals the true magnitude of transformation. A clinical trial with participants aged 60 to 75 showed that after 12 months, 83% reduced or eliminated blood pressure medications, 91% significantly improved in balance and mobility tests, 76% showed regression in at least one biological age marker. This is the beauty of the method. Just as nature doesn't rush the seasons, your cells need this gradual process to reconnect with their youthful potential. Each morning is like depositing a seed in your body's vitality bank, invisible in the short term but transformative when harvested over life's seasons. True wisdom reveals itself in adaptability, and these morning rituals have been meticulously studied to benefit bodies in all physical conditions. The University of California's Geriatrics Department developed scientific variations that maintain 92% of benefits even for those with limitations. This is the method's beauty. It molds like water to fill any vessel without losing its transformative essence. We have arrived at the threshold where science and hope meet, dear friend. These 5 morning minutes represent much more than a routine. They are a pact of self-love, a silent declaration that your future years deserve to be lived with fullness. The data we've shared are not mere statistics, but beacons illuminating a path already traveled by thousands like you, who decided to write a new chapter in their health stories.